Thank you for joining United Comic Universe. We're talking about and having fun, comics, and more. We're comics. Basically, we just having a nice time here. Okay. All right. So, New Mutants are joining the MCU. I just did an article on where Jonas Show, he helped me out because I'm not feeling well, still not feeling well, but hey, we still going to do this. Jonas Show did an article for me. You go check it out, a New Mutant article. And yes, he was predicting that it'd be good for them to actually add into the MCU. The video, and come and find out, it was true that New Mutants are in that they is having the New Mutant join the MCU. So, but a lot of problems with that was that a lot of people were trying to figure out, would it be good? Do it have to be rated R in order for it to be a good horror film? Because a lot of the people, like Kevin Feige said that Kevin Feige said that it doesn't have to be rated R or to be a scary horror film. It can be PG-13, which is true. I mean, we got a lot of PG-13 like movies out there that's really, keep you on the edge of your seat. But it is a lot better when it's actually horror, rated R. But they don't need it, because if you saw the trailer is just awesome. It looked really, really scary. It's like a new outtake on Mutant itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like a new outtake. Like now they're incorporating horror, supernatural horror, almost like a supernatural horror type feel with it. And then you have comic book feel with it, which is cool, because we have a lot of comic books that it have horror. It's horror, like supernatural type horror type of comic books out there. And I'm happy that they're going with that angle to bring that supernatural, that horror, that suspense all into New Mutants. Now, since that been said, because we know that when the trailers come out, it's like make the movie really like profound. Like you be like, oh, this movie is really great. This movie will be really off the chain. And then when you actually go watch the movie, it sucks. Like the trailer was more exciting than the movie. Now, since the MCU since Kevin Feige allowing the New Mutants to come in at the MCU, I'm guessing it doesn't suck, hopefully, because they do have a nice long run of successful movies. Even the one with Iron Man 2, it wasn't that great, but it did so well in the movie that they continue with this series. And for as I understand, the reason why they didn't continue with the series, because at that time was Robert Downey Jr. and Disney had some kind of scuffle or something, that Robert Downey Jr. had some creative differences, and Disney, like, they weren't having that. So Iron Man said after he's not going to do any more Iron Man films, he's just going to do cameos. That's why we never seen an Iron Man 4. Simply because even though it's so successful, Iron Man 3, reason why, because Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to do Iron Man no more. He just wanted to do cameos, which is understandable. That's up to him and how he want to do it. But I wouldn't have did that for the fans. I'd actually wouldn't cared, long and satisfy the fans. I continue doing it, but you never know. You don't know what might be going on behind the scenes, right? So hey, but yeah. So I love the way they're bringing in the New Mutants. And so now a lot of people were speculating that Black Widow was going to be the first one to introduce mutants. But not now, because Black Widow didn't introduce mutants. The New Mutants is the first one that's going to introduce New Mutants in the MCU. Then you got to also think about it. Was that really true? That Black Widow is the first one bringing the New Mutants. Actually, it is when Scarlet Witch first appears in Avengers, that was the introduction to mutants, because now they're going trying to say Scarlet Witch, she's the mutant, right? As far as my understanding, she is the mutant. So by she's been the mutant, it was already introduced. They just going to actually bring more of the story out with her mutant powers. That's where I'm looking at it. I could be totally wrong, but it's just my outtake on it. So my guess is that the mutants already was introduced in the MCU and in the Infinity Saga, but now they just being more like how you say, publicity with the mutants. Now people think it's going to be in phase 4. Wait, yeah, phase 4. I don't think so. I think it's already been. But let's go ahead and just skip past what that. Okay, so the New Mutants going to be actually the ones that are going to be introduced in the MCU as the first mutant, not Black Widow or Eternals. Now, Black Widow bringing out more mutants because they were saying Red Guardian and the other guy that's giant supposed to be playing the mutants. Those was original. They are mutants. So they saying it was Black Widow. Then I also heard that it's going to be the Eternals going to be bringing and introducing the first mutants. You know, because in the Eternals, you have 3 sections of beings was created by the Celestials in the Eternal saga. The Celestial created the Eternals, they created the Deviants, and they created something called light humans, which is us, we humans. Now they have a gene later down the line, they actually become mutants. But then you can sit back and actually think about it. Back in the day, when I read an old comic book, actually the first Inhumans was created by the Celestial. They had some kind of huge robot. You remember the robot to in one of the Thor, I think with Thor 2, The Dark World, the robot was there, and they called him a destroyer, and he like destroyed everything like that, but he watching everything. But someone Asgardian started getting in like trouble or something, that robot, the destroyer, come out there and start like blasting stuff, like trying to, wipe things out. Now the Celestial had a robot station here on Earth. It was around, say, about like the dinosaur ages. They had a robot stash there, and that's when the Inhumans first came around. And the first person, the original king, the first kings of the Inhuman, there was the first one that took the mist. I forgot the name of the mist with the Inhumans. A shameful thing because I love Inhumans. When you try to talk, you just can't remember that one because you're trying to get it out so hard, but it will never ever come out properly. But hey, so the Triogen, I think that was called the Triogen. So he was the first one that actually went inside the actual little case where you go in there and they send the mist. When they put the crystal down there, they send the mist, and then you come out, you have your inhuman powers. Well, he was the first one. They were trying, his subjects and stuff were trying to stop him from actually going into that in that chamber. But he was telling them, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to risk any of my people. I'm the king, so I have to try it out first, which is understandable. So he went over there. He went inside the chamber. He got the mist, and he came out. He was inhuman. Okay, and then after he was doing that, that's when a machine awoken and was coming to see what was going on, because that's what the Celestial stationed there. And basically, when they came there, he let them. He was gonna take them out, but he realized that that the Celestials wanted this to happen pretty much, and that's why he left them alive, and he went on his business. And that's how the first Inhuman happened. And therefore, so that very first Inhuman king is Black Bolt, great Grady down the line grandfather. Okay, but so that is what I'm saying. So the new mutants in this phase supposed to bring in mutants because they already mutant, and so it won't be Black Widow, it won't be Eternal. And I also heard that Moon Knight is actually getting they not really set for the release date. We basically got when they're going to start shooting Moon Knight. So they're going to start shooting Moon Knight in the middle of middle of this summer here. So for that, the Moon Knight TV show will actually come out on 2021. So we don't know what month or day in 2021, but we do know that they'll be coming out in 2021, the Moon Knight. So it'll be between what it was saying, between WandaVision and Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness and Winter Falcon. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So it'd be right in that mix there when Moon Knight would be coming out. See, I didn't expect Moon Knight to be coming out so soon. I thought Moon Knight would be like way down the line, especially how they have the chart. You know, they have like the chart right here, and Moon Knight. Then you got She-Hulk, you got She-Hulk, and you got Moon Knight. So that let me believe that if they're already doing things like that, them TV shows and all those different movies and stuff, them TV shows, they probably most likely going to actually just be inserting them in a way to fit their story. So based it off that, the TV show, how they got it list up, how they have the list up on a chart when he was at the Comic Cons and everything, that's just not how the TV show going to come out, because apparently Moon Knight going to come out before She-Hulk. And where they had it on the list, She-Hulk supposed to come out before Moon Knight. I don't know what they're doing, but all I know is MCU, Kevin Feige running everything. So you know it's going to be awesome. Regardless of any mistakes they did, this movie's still going to be awesome. You know what I'm saying? So, and the television shows. So I'm really hoping that when Moon Knight come out, that they actually, you know what? If they smart, we don't even know. We heard speculation that they're supposed to be doing reboots for Iron Man. I mean, not Iron Man. Sorry, but it would be tight to have an Iron Man TV show, like a nice Iron Man TV show. But so that basically let me know that it'd be tight if they actually, because they're supposed to be doing a reboot with Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, right? And Daredevil. That's confirmed, especially confirmed with Daredevil. They already confirmed with Matt Murdock coming in, or with Charlie Cox is actually confirmed to continue playing Matt Murdock. That's awesome. That's what all the fans wanted. That's awesome. So they are going to be rebooting that. I also did a report they'll be doing reboot for Iron Fist. Okay, and they supposed to be doing reboot for Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Reason why I say that, now I haven't seen an article. That part is speculation. Reason why, because I did saw an article that they were expecting to do a reboot for the Defenders. Now they only could do the Defenders if they have all the crew. You know what I'm saying? It can't be the Defender just with Daredevil and Iron Fist. You know, so it got to be Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones. Now get this. Hopefully Doctor Strange will pop in there. I don't know how we're going to do it in the MCU, but in the comic books, Doctor Strange, the one that started the Defenders. Okay, so that was pretty dope. But I don't know if they'll actually bring him into that. Now, reason why I was talking about Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, simply because Moon Knight. I said this many times. Moon Knight is from Hell Kitchen. Now, maybe if they bring in Moon Knight in to see how people react to Moon Knight, and they're going to use Moon Knight to bring in Iron Fist, going to bring in Jessica Jones, and going to bring in Luke Cage, going to bring in Daredevil, because I think they still have some contracts on each one of those characters. That's probably why they haven't really confirmed of the reboots, because I think they still have a contract with Netflix. Okay, I'm guessing they possibly already having things in works, already in work. So when it actually happens, when the contract breaks with Netflix, they'll be able to actually start putting everything in production fast. So I'm guessing and hoping that what they're doing while they got rights to Moon Knight, they're going to be reintroducing all the Defenders into Moon Knight simply because it's Hell Kitchen. These is the street level guys. Now, quick question. What my mind be thinking, is it going to be as good as Netflix television shows? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it going to be good? Because everybody know those TV shows is great. And we see television shows that Disney make. Disney makes some pretty good, decent television shows. Like NBC, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was an awesome show. I love the show. I'm going to go back and watch it and binge. Okay? But if you compare Disney shows compared to Netflix, their formula, it's like no comparison. I'd rather see Moon Knight on Netflix because I know they're going to get it. Now, check this out. Would it be so awesome? The reason why I'm thinking about this, because, I watched the Aladdin movie with Will Smith. I mean, that was actually a really great movie. I mean, everything was in there great. Now, my boy Guy Ritchie, he directed that. That's probably why I loved it so much. Besides Will Smith, now, the other two actors, like the one played Aladdin, and the chick that played Jasmine. I never seen them actors and actors before, but they played a great job. It's really believable to me that that was Aladdin and Jasmine and Will Smith. You know, Will Smith would do his thing. Now, I can't compare Will Smith against Robert Williams, because the way Will Smith did his genie and the way Robert Williams did his genie, they two separate. Now, I don't think he was trying to compare his genie to Robert Williams, because if he actually did try to compare that, me personally, Will Smith would lose, because I think Robert Williams have more of a more of a acting a wide ability than Will Smith is. But Will Smith, I think some of the best roles Will Smith plays when he like in Bad Boy, Mike Larry. That's in that Mike Larry and Bad Boy, and he played what Deadshot and Suicide Squad. You see the way Will Smith have that attitude. I'm coming. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining the chat. And so if Will Smith can play that role, if you ever seen that movie Bright on Netflix, they supposedly be bringing out a second movie, and Will Smith already signed on to it. I can't wait till Bad Boys 3 come out. I want to see that, because I was in the era time when Bad Boys 1 came out in theaters, Bad Boy 2. You know, we wanted that back then. I don't know why it took so long for them to actually shoot another Bad Boy 3, you know, because it took so long for them to do it. And every fan of that wanted the Bad Boys series. Everybody, they wanted the Bad Boy movie, but it took so long. I don't know if people. I mean, I know they're not gonna bomb in the box office, because you got two of the most famous people that people love. You got one Martin Lawrence. Everybody waiting for him to come back to this big screen. I mean, I one of the fans of Martin since the Martin show, since he was doing Def Comedy Jam. That boy was a beast on Def Comedy Jam. You can't mess with Martin on Def Comedy Jam. But I've been a fan since then, you know what I'm saying? And I've been a fan of Will Smith since that first movie he played. He was a young guy, and he was homeless or something, and it had that dude that played Magneto in the X-Men. What? I can't remember his name, but the old guy, he played X-Men, the old Magneto, he was in the movie too, which he played a great Magneto. I'm sorry I can't remember his name. But that's when I started following Will Smith, and then he went to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then so forth and so forth. Now, Will Smith is like, what up, Metaboy? What up, man? Thanks for joining, man. And so Will Smith, he's like one of my best actors out there. You know, that's why I love him in Suicide Squad. I was kind of disappointed that he didn't come back to the second Suicide Squad, but I guess he decided not to go to it, and I guess he wanted to shoot Bad Boys 3. I heard, I'm not really sure, so it was kind of like a speed pass read in a way, that it's a possibility that Will Smith might be joining the MCU. Don't hold me to that. Like I was saying, I'll be reading a lot of articles, so some of the titles I probably go through, I probably don't actually, I mean, I just read the title and keep going, you know. That's probably like months ago or something that I saw that. But what will Will Smith play in Marvel? You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to see the character Blue Marvel. I want to see the character Blue Marvel show up. And one guy I think that probably can play a great Marvel, Blue Marvel. He played in The Mandalorian. It was the black guy, Carl Weathers. I think that's his name. He also played Apollo Creed in Rocky and stuff like that. And he played in the very first Predator. You know, he got his arm blasted out by the Predator and everything. That guy right there, I think he'll play a great Blue Marvel. And let me get back to the reason why I was mentioning Guy Ritchie. Reason why I think Guy Ritchie will play with I think he'll not play, but I think he'll direct the Blue Knight series. I think he'll be a great person that play that. I mean, directed that. You know, at least directed the first episode to see how I want, because it's street level. If you haven't watched any Guy Ritchie street level movies, I highly recommend to go that. He is like what Mark Scorsese used to be over here, you know. He's over there in London, like UK. That's where he's from. But Guy Ritchie is from. He's over there, but he's a beast with. He's the one got Jason Statham. He's the one got Jason Statham his stone. What it was, Stockberry and Smoking Stockberry. I can't really remember the title, but he got his start from there. And him and Guy Ritchie is really good friends. And I love the way Guy Ritchie do those gangster movies, just like I used to like how Mark Scorsese do those gangster movies. That's why That's why it'd be just awesome if we can get some people that have expertise. Since Disney not dealing with Netflix no more, so I don't know what crew they had to do that since they not dealing with them no more. So it'd be nice if we can actually get someone that actually directs and write like street level material, but do it in a comic format for we can understand what's going on for us comically. And that'll be really awesome if they be able to do that. What you think? I think they will be able to do it. I think it'd be actually awesome. And I think what they're going to do with Star Wars, I think they're going in the right direction. But I hope, not really confirmed, but I hope that they actually hire George Lucas back, because that'll be actually great. Because just think about this: if George Lucas come back, that means that we probably can get like most likely better Star Wars. We can get back on there and start loving Star Wars again. We actually, because right now, the way we fans is feeling, we was pretty much disrespected with that Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? I haven't watched it yet. The reason why I haven't watched it yet, because I like Star Wars, but I mean, I just wait till it comes to DVD pretty much. It's like, and then and the reason why I pretty much wait till it come out to DVD, because it's like, to me, it's like Star Wars just lost what it had when they didn't have George Lucas. Like, they lost it. You know what I'm saying? I know I saw reports that they say Disney fake numbers and all that stuff like that. I don't understand that. Me personally, it could possibly happen, but I really, 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 really doubt that Disney the fake numbers order for Star Wars. I actually think those numbers is most likely is probably true, because you got to think about it. Star Wars been around since the 70s. It had a heavy cult fan since the 70s. So and I talked to some people when the Han Solo movie came out, Star Wars Solo movie came out, and I was talking to some people. This guy said he's a huge fan, but he don't think it's going to be good, but he's just going to actually watch it to go show support, which is understandable. That's what I do when I actually go, when a new Marvel or a new movie or anything to do with comics or something like that, I go try to heavily support it. Like I say, I know Star Wars is actually part of the comic book series too, but I went and watched Rogue One. Reason why, because Donnie Yen was in there. Like I say, I will go support a movie, but it actually got to make me still have some kind of like, okay, I can sit through the movie. I can't go there. I can't go to a movie theater and I just feel empty the whole time while watching the movie. It's like you have your entertainment while you're eating your popcorn and drinking your whatever, soda water, whatever you're drinking at that time, eating your candy, your nachos, your hot dogs, whatever you eating at that time. But once that gone and you like, oh man, it's so boring. Wow, why I'm even here? Man, let me go find some more popcorn. I don't want to go to a theater. I don't want to go see a movie if I'm going to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I got to have something that in the movie will actually keep me, like I'm eating my popcorn and something happened. Like, oh, okay. I want to have something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like for us, like since George Lucas stopped directing the Star Wars, I didn't have that feeling no more. I actually got that Star Wars feeling back when The Mandalorian came out. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'll go back and watch Mandalorian. Everything how they did that, they actually seemed like the John Mafar or something like that. It seemed like he was literally actually trying to actually live up to the Star Wars franchise, Trade me a fun for a shirt. Trade me a fun for a shirt. Oh, okay. Oh, trade you. Okay. Trade me a Fuko for a shirt. Okay. Which one? You can't have none of these. But what you trying to say here? I mean, I got like my little giveaways right here. I give away. We could do a trade if you want to trade. You want to trade? What you want to what pop you want to trade? Hey, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, I would trade you a. Oh, for a shirt. For one of them. Oh, for this shirt right here for your pop? Nah, I can't do that, dude. This was a gift. My mom got me this shirt, so I can't trade this shirt. If that's what you're asking. I can't trade that. Oh, okay. What shirt? I'm lost. I'm lost. How you making me lost on here? Metaphor. I'm like, oh man, you put me on the spot. You know what I'm saying? You can't see it, but it's like this whole head just got hot and sweaty because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. You know. But yeah, if that's what you're saying, I can't give this shirt away, and I don't have that many shirts to give away. But what kind of pop are you talking about? That's all that matters. What kind of pop are you talking about? Then we might suggest something. We might. I might, you know, but I trade you for it. I don't have swag. Nah, I don't have swag. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty good. Nah, Thanos. I don't know about Thanos and Iron Spider. Nah, I'm not too big a fan of those two characters. But I don't have no swag. Just tell you what you're saying. I don't have no swag. I'm probably the only guy you probably know don't have no swag. That never was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So but like I was saying, like Guy Ritchie would be a pretty good guy to actually direct these street level type people, these street levels. I forgot what I was saying because you threw me off for a second, metaphor. I'm trying to get back on track here. So I know a lot. So I've been watching this TV show. I can't get back on track. I can't remember. I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm going to speed past that and continue on. But I've been watching this anime on Disney Plus. Not anime, I guess it'd be like a Marvel cartoon. It's called Avengers Day United We Stand, I think. That's the name of it. United We Stand, Avengers. In this Avengers reality, you don't have like the normal Avengers. You have Hank Pym, you have Wasp, you have Falcon, you have Hawkeye, you have the Scarlet Witch, and you have Tigra. Okay, those are the 6 Avengers. Falcon came later in this, like I think he came to Avengers like in the 2nd episode. And they also have Vision. But Vision didn't come. Vision is not the Vision that we know Vision in the MCU. There's also Wonder Man. Wonder Man, he was also a part of one of the founder of the Avengers. But he wasn't the founder. He was one of the newest Avengers because they actually did say that Thor and Iron Man is the one that founded, the Avengers along with Hank Pym and the Wasp. Okay. Now it also have the big villain in this TV show is actually Ultron. Man, it's like this TV show is like in the 1999. So it's like, you know, it's like the graphics not as like it is now. I mean, they would say things like this, like try to be like say like the Ultron. He would say he coming for you. It would be like, I'm coming for you, for you, for you, for you. It actually does that. I'm not playing. It actually does that in the cartoon. I mean, when you're small around that age, everything seems like it's just amazing, you know. But he's like, it does that. But apparently, he created Vision. He didn't create Vision with the Mind Stone, none of that. He basically made a robot, like a powerful robot, this Ultron, and he gave him the Vision look. You know, he made him into Vision. He actually named Vision as Vision. He said, Vision, here's my Vision. Now, Vision was under control, was controlling, Ultron was controlling Vision, okay? And so he sent him to to take out Ant-Man, Hank Pym. That's who he sent him to take out. But within the months of the fighting, that Wonder Man got hurt really bad, and they was able to actually capture Vision. Now Wonder Man is dying, and he asked Hank Pym to help him out. And Hank Pym can't really help him out because Hank Pym is saying that his body, Wonder Man body, is like designing like his physiological and his he can't really make it out. It's like new to him. It's like something foreign to him. He can't really figure it out. And so therefore they had Vision body right there. So what they did, they took the mind of Wonder Man, because Wonder Man body, it's like bio, like I think they actually like a bio android in a way. You know what I'm saying? They can eat, touch, and sweat and all that stuff like that. But it just is mind in a body, like a vessel, pretty much. And so it's like his mind is on a chip, because Hank Pym, when they was actually going to transfer him into Vision body, because they put his body on hold, like into some kind of like stasis, for they can actually have it prolong it, for it won't wither away, for they can actually figure out how to actually help him out. And he was in some kind of case and with water with some tubes sticking out. I don't think no tube, because he didn't need tubes, I'm guessing, like that. And so what he did, Hank Pym went inside Vision head. Okay, he went inside Vision head, and he shrunk small and stuff like that. But these armors and stuff they had back in the 1999 cartoon, it's like Iron Man. I mean, like Hank Pym got some kind of like armor on, and he basically popped that little ship. That little ship they took in like Ant-Man. Remember when they went small and like Ant-Man and Wasp, how Hank Pym went small in that little small ship and went down into the body. That little small ship, pretty much. He had to just pop out of his back, and he jumped up in the air and he formed small. The ship went small and opened up. He said, and he's inside of Vision head, and then he got to the place that he wanted to be at. So he took the little chip, which is Wonder Man's pretty much mind, soul, whatever, and he put him on in like this little circuit board inside Vision head, and Vision mind, and you see it's activating and stuff like that. So Hank Pym got out of there. So when Hank Pym got out of there, that's when Ultron come in. Ultron, he done souped himself up. Ultron got this big, gigantic gun and boom and stuff like that, and he look bigger and stuff like that. He got little, his little androids and stuff. The android don't look the same as it is in the MCU version. We don't, how he had them whole bodies, androids and stuff. No, these androids look like little crab looking thing, like big circle looking body, like a spear, little body like that. It looked funny, but it was doing the job back then. And so basically when that happened, when when Hank Pym came out of there, Vision woke up. Vision looked over there at Wanda, and he said, Wanda? No, he said Scarlet Witch. See, they said the name in there, but they barely even say they each other names in these cartoons. I guess they wanted people to stick with the for they can know the characters. They all would call him pretty much Hawkeye. He said Clint one time, but as far as I know about that Scarlet Witch, I only saw the second. I'm just telling you what second episode. I'm still watching. I'm just telling you what little pause I got to right now. And the Scarlet Witch, but I do know Scarlet Witch and Wonder Man is actually together in this TV show. They actually are a couple. And Vision, Wonder Man went inside Vision body. And so when Vision came back to, Vision started feeling and acting like more, constantly, slowly, start acting like more like Wonder Man. And he called himself Vision. So that is the intertwine with the relationship between Vision and Scarlet Witch, at least in this reality, that she was with Wonder Man. Wonder Man got hurt by Vision. Hank Pym took Wonder Man chip with his brain and everything, his conscious and everything, put it inside Vision, and Vision came back. Was alive. He's still Vision, but he having the information, the feelings, the knowledge, and everything like Wonder Man. So it slowly started coming in, which I actually thought was a pretty good cartoon back in the day. It's actually pretty good now, because you got to actually think about it. I watch some of these things because I'm a huge fan of comics, just like we all are. But you also got to think about it. We try to dissect MCU. and try to figure out what angle they are going. Well, that's why you can go back and watch these little old cartoons, because some of these stories might actually play a great part in the um, future MCU. I'm not sure, but you never will know until you get there. So, like I'm saying, it's all speculation. It's all what we just speaking. This stuff might don't be true, or this stuff might be true. Either way, we're just having fun, right? So, I was rewatching Black Panther again, because if you be rewatching these TV shows, these TV movies, it's something might happen that you don't even realize that you didn't catch. Okay, like I love the part when the whole beginning of the movie, like that dude that portrayed T'Challa, I love how they was actually showing through the movie that he was pretty much going to portray T'Challa the whole entire time. We didn't even need to wait till he actually get to the part when he felt sad, when he felt betrayed, when T'Challa wasn't able to catch Carl. Now that guy wouldn't even listen from the beginning. The reason why he wasn't listening, because he said, because T'Challa told him someone helped him escape. I guess in his mind, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But and then he don't come at the man like this. Your father sat on the throne for 30 years and he didn't do anything. I mean, he didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? He probably couldn't find Claw right there. Now, I guarantee you, he's not going to put that much effort in there. Most likely, he probably mostly blamed that on his brother, which is his brother's fault. Because if Prince Mojo, what I can't remember his name, if he wouldn't have betrayed Wakanda, none of the Wakandans would have got killed. You know what I'm saying? But that's a story. I love the way he did the story. And one thing I think Marvel is actually going into that a lot of people don't think is actually catching, but I mean, it's a lot of people are and a lot of people aren't. I just haven't realized how many people have catched it. I think Marvel and them. I think Marvel is actually going to bring out Strike. Okay, Strike, and of course they're going to bring out Sword, because of course they're going to bring out Sword. They're going to bring out Strike, and I think they're going to bring out, and it's another agency that deal with the Chinese organizations, and that is the agency that I think they possibly will bring out in Shang-Chi, because I actually think that what they're doing with the Falcon Soldier and the Winter Soldier, I think how Captain America was going pretty much straight out Hydra and tried to take all the people like Strike, because Hydra, they infiltrated, they don't actually took over pretty much Shield, Sword, Strike. Hydra's all over the place, but yet we still haven't got rid of all the Hydra. And then we do know that it's a possibility that Red Skull might show up somewhere. I mean, because you got Falcon Soldier and Winter. I mean, you got the Falcon and Winter Soldier television show, so they still related to that. Still that reality, and we do know that Red Skull tried to be the leader, try to be the head of Hydra. So therefore, he's around now. But check this out, he got powers that we don't even know he have, simply because he was taken up there to where the Soul Stone was at. And he has some power. He have all-knowing powers. We don't know what kind of powers he had for us, like blasting power. Did that transformation that he received, did that actually enhance his physical abilities, his agility, his mental, his spiritual? Did it enhance it had to enhance something. I know it's enhanced his intelligence, and then he don't have to walk. You know what I'm saying? He was just straight flowing down and stuff like that. So he might have some phasing ability. He might have some kind of levitation ability. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That big cloak he have on, is that big cloak can do something similar to dagger. I mean, to cloak and dagger. We don't know all that. I'm just more excited to see that. And I know the Russo brothers saying that they love Red Skull. And everybody wanted Red Skull to come back at a point in time, because when he was in Red Skull was in the end game, everybody was excited when they saw Red Skull. Like, oh, okay, it's cool. He brought Red Skull back. So, so what is Red Skull doing? You know what I'm saying? Then when everything would change when he did a snap with the Infinity gauntlets and everything like that. And the Russo brother said in one of the reports that Red Skull is actually free now. He's not contained to that planet no more, because the Soul Stone is not actually there no more in that reality. So apparently, good and well, he's going to show up and try to take down, he's going to show up and try to actually bring Hydra again. You know what I'm saying? And now at this point in time, MCU is going into more like the supernatural version and stuff like that. So I'm thinking they're going to start bringing in AIM, Strike. They already bringing Shield. They already bringing Sword. And I actually think they're going to make a Sword TV series like they did Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., because Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was very successful. And now we notice at the end of Captain Marvel that Nick Fury, he was up in Sword area. That was a Sword. So that's the agency there. So therefore, they would be bringing in Sword, but we do know Hydra is still out there, and we do know Hydra have infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D., and S.H.I.E.L.D. is connected to Sword, so they might have their own people inside Sword. Now, I was reading this, I did a review on it, but I was reading this Blade comic book. Spider-Man was a vampire, and they was dealing with Dracula. Now, within that, the reason why I'm bringing that part up, because within that comic book series there, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents was vampires. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they actually going to be bringing in using that story agent, because those S.H.I.E.L.D. agents was the one try to revive Dracula, because he went up against Daywalker Blade, and Blade kicked him with his stake and hit him in his heart. So he's down, but he's not dead. And he went to it, and he was like, so you had some people. That's the reason why they probably came with those big armors. They came with some big armors, but they had the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on the back. It's kind of, the armor kind of look like Halo. You remember the game Halo? What Master Chief? How his armor kind of look? It looks similar to that, but he have like a big S.H.I.E.L.D. agent symbol on the back. And Blade was like, what S.H.I.E.L.D. department they come from. And so therefore, they were trying to revive Dracula. You know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing S.H.I.E.L.D. could be, they could incorporate S.H.I.E.L.D. into the Blade TV series. They just have a special version of vampires on S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things they can do. And they have like a supernatural, I think a Strike is dealing with the supernatural type thing. Supernatural, because you got to think about it. We got all these supernatural things going on. I know right now, we see, we saw in the Infinity Saga, we saw some magic that went Doctor Strange, but they wasn't really too heavy on the magic, because they really didn't have him do his like famous magic spells. Think about this. Would it be so awesome? I think it'd be awesome to me, and probably you too, guys out there, that if they actually have Doctor Strange casting the spells. Because in that 1999 TV show, that was the Scarlet Witch. That's what she was doing. She was actually naming the spell. She said, "Wind of something, something," and try to hit Vision. And Vision did a phase in the mist. But what I'm saying is, it would be awesome if they actually does that in this phase here. You know what I'm saying? They actually do that in this phase. But just think about it. If Will Smith actually come to the MCU, what character would he play, and what character do we want him to play? Now, I don't see a character coming up. Now, would it be a shock? Would it be like a mad shock if they cast Will Smith as Moon Knight? Hey, they didn't. Like I say, these comic books and these comic book movies that we're watching, they got the diversity. You can't think like this now the way they doing all this, like switching up the character genders and everything, which is great to me. Whatever. We can't be for sure that this character actually going to be a male character in the MCU anymore. That character might be a female character. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we could do right now is speculate. But it would. Cause Moon Knight, the way they switching up the male characters with female characters, Moon Knight's possibility might be a female character, which is fine with me. Because I already, just like you and the rest of us, we already understand those movies is not really based off really the comic book itself. They're just taking bits and parts of it and making it into other comic book. They're basically just a big comic book film on big and got big budget and is on the big screen. That's basically what it all is. So what I do, I pretty much just look at it that way and be just happy that we actually getting our characters on the big screen. Now, some of the flaws that the reason why I say that, because you got to think about it, they is not living up to the characters precisely like they should supposedly live that up to the end of the characters in the MCU. You know what I'm saying? They're not really actually doing it. I mean, they're not doing it with the villains. They're not really doing it with the superheroes, but they got really closer with the superheroes than the actual villains. Now, one of the things that I said it multiple times, I said it again. One of the major big things that I know, that's what put me on the eyesight of like looking at these Marvel movies and saying, okay, they're not really caring to base it off the comic book itself. They basically making big fan flicks, just like we do on YouTube, but just on high platform. When they did not put Lady Death into Thanos' life, I honestly think you can go back and watch when if you want. Joss Whedon was actually directing the Avengers and all that, when he was like, you know, he was the man of Marvel and stuff like that. I honestly think they was going in that direction though, because if you think about it, look at when the guy, when his Thanos minion first came and told him and saying, try to take over Earth is the court of death, and he smiled and looked back at them. Now, if you look at that and then you look at the Thanos, it don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? It don't look the same. Now, this Thanos that we saw, like in the Thanos first appeared, he was pretty much, he didn't care anything. He basically trying to just kill, like take out everybody, half of the people in the universe. That's it, because he feel like, you know, he can make that big judgment call. Like he's about that life that he can make this big judgment call, wiping half of the people off in the universe. Who does man think he is? That's why I'm glad when he was taken out by Iron Man. High five, boom, snap five, boom, thanks Iron Man. But so basically with that, only he had to do, well, I always forget what I'm about to say. What up? I'm True Skills. We're comics, man. How's it going, man? And so yeah, they don't really follow that. So that's how that's why I came to the realization that I can't really get mad at a lot of these Marvel movies getting put out is not done by the comic characters, because they doing their own thing. But that's one of the because I don't understand how they're gonna do that when Thanos coming in the Eternals. Comment for all people. Hey, what up? Comment for all people. Number one, I'm about that life. I am the real Thanos. So you about that life in the real Thanos? So you think it's too much overcrowded people in the universe, like right here, that we need to actually be taken out? Trust me, dude. Okay, you about that? Okay, so you saying you about that Thanos life? You about that real? You know what I'm about? I'm about that Iron Man life. Boom. Now you white. Instead of saying Iron Man, I am fenrirmoon. But yeah, so that'd be pretty awesome. And then I was looking at the end game. And you remember how Rocket always say he want an eyeball, or he wants somebody's leg, or he wants somebody something like that. He always said, oh yeah, I'm going to get that leg, or I'm going to get that eye. He always say that, and then he always end up getting what he seeked out for, you know? So I'm guessing it's a possibility, I'm just saying, that Rocket might show up in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, simply because he might try to get that armor. I know it's a far-fetch, but hey, we just having fun here. You know what I'm saying? So, because, and another thing about MCU, the end game, is they gonna actually do like it'll be tight if they actually do spin-off movies from parts from the end game. Like, you know how they had an Iron Man and Rescue, they was fighting with each other and stuff like that. Why wouldn't they make an Iron Man movie and Iron Man and Rescue movie? I mean, I think everybody would want to go see that, because how they did those matchups and the end game fight, I think it'll be really great. I think if they do like just straight, like, they don't have to make a series out of it, you know, unless the fans want it. They could just, you know, just do one what if big movies. if they can afford the actors, because you know the actors, they be crazy sometimes with how much money they be wanting. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even want to take a pay cut just to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how you think you supposed to, you know? But yeah, but that'll be tight if they have an Iron Man rescue. You know what I'm saying? And then one thing, I maybe missed this. If any one of y'all know, please let me know in the chat. How did Iron Man heal Piper from that serum she was injected, and then she had like that like fiery molten lava type powers? I know Tony said he was gonna take care of that, but what did he do? I guarantee you that would have probably been explained in Iron Man 4 if Robert Downey Jr. still wanted to do Iron Man. So I'm guessing since him never wanted to do it after that anymore, I'm guessing he was like saying no. Because it could have been a good possibility that they was trying to go lean more towards rescue and kind of like bring Iron Man out of it, make the movie more rescue. But I'm not sure. We all talking here. So that'll be tight. Like how they had like Bucky and Rocket fighting with each other and stuff like that. That'll be great. That'll be an awesome thing. And so I mean, of course, Groot gonna be in there because he all, you know, him and Groot, he's like Groot father and whatnot. So that'll be tight. And who else was fighting together? Like wait a second. The next big team up like that would be all females. That's why they bought all of them out at the end. Yeah, the A-Force, all the female A-Force. Yeah, but see, they brought them out, so they're gonna do a movie with that because I guess they was wanting to see how many people reacted to that. And when I was in the theater, everybody was like raving about it. Like, oh yeah, because I was one of them. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I was a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be coming out with A-Force. He's right, of course. And but I actually think it'd be dope if they do them other matchups they did in there. So I'm thinking that it's probably something that they actually trying to indicate to us with those matchups. You know what I'm saying? Because we do know we do know that Robert Downey Jr. really don't want to leave the MCU. He still want to be a part of the MCU. And just face it here, if Iron Man does come back, it'd be better if they actually, you know, it'd be better. You know what? How they can pull that off? Instead of having this in the same universe, they can have those each and every last one of them in different universes. I'm guessing, I don't know. You know, this story just so backwards right now. I don't know, but it'd have been. Because we all know that they really not on the same timeline like they used to be, because those gems that they had to return them. So they had to go back in time. By them going back in time, they actually do something. Stuff still ain't right because they had to take something out of that time. You know, then you got Captain America. He went in time and he came back old. So we ain't gonna have no Captain America unless they do an alternate reality of this phase 4. Less when they do Doctor Strange 2. I mean, okay, Black Widow technically should be in the same universe. You know what I'm saying? Because they said that it's based off the like after the Civil War. So Civil War, and that supposed to be Black Widow, her life part right there. Okay, so she's still in the part of the MCU timeline with that timeline. Now, for us like Doctor Strange 2 and you know the Eternals and all that, he's Kevin Feige said that it was there the whole time. You know that they had Immortals there the whole entire time, and they know about the Avengers. I'm like, if you knew about the Avengers, why in the world you didn't help Avengers? You know what I'm saying? Because as far as my understanding, they supposed to be the protector of the earth, protectors of humans. So why in the world they just sat right there and let them do all that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow. So you Eternal's not as great like you think he is, because I don't know why you sat there and you didn't come out, unless the Celestial have them be on a standby and just pretty much watch over the Deviants, just in case the Deviants try to actually take over the world, and they will actually try to fight against the Deviants. Now, the comic book I have, they try to fight the Deviants, and the Deviant got more powerful than them. So the Eternals had the ability to actually summons the Celestials. Okay, but they were being overpowered by the Deviants. Okay, so I think I forgot the name of the guy, Xerxes. I think he was the leader of the Eternals. So he, far as I can tell, he's the only one have the ability to actually be able to call the celestial. Everybody else doesn't. So he called him down. He called him down. So when they came down, the deviants tried to fight him. I mean, like, come on, seriously? You see this big, massive, tall, engineering, some kind of machine type being just sitting there looking at you, and you know they the one that created you, and you want to try to fight them? I mean, they wiped them out. They only left them by like a few thousands, I think, few thousand before they won't wipe them completely out. And they never, from all that century, that was like in the comic book. I know Kevin Feige said that these beings, these eternal beings, like 3,500 years old. But in the comic book, they're a lot older. I don't know what you're saying there, okay. Ironheart is going to be the next Iron Man, if you are following. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that she's supposed to be the next Iron Man, but then you got to understand, this is MCU. They change stuff on a regular basis. I mean, it might be Ironheart. She might become an Iron Man. Then next thing you know, it's something happened that she might not be the Iron Man. So all these articles and all the stuff we actually hearing, that's all like, you can't really take it for word. You know what I'm saying? Because they changed so much. I mean, it was a point in time that they say that Robert Downey Jr. wasn't coming back to the MCU. That was his last performance in the MCU. But now you got him coming back. Now you have reports and stuff that he actually coming back to the MCU as an AI. You know what I'm saying? Or he might be coming back as Iron Man in some of the cameos of, like, I think they were saying like Spider-Man and all that. So yeah, I've been following it, but I just can't take the words like, is they actually going to continue to do that? I won't actually take everything in consideration for us, like, this is what's going to happen until they actually start shooting. But then again, you can't even do that because they can lose the actor or they can change the story. I won't actually stop that until I actually realize that the movie is, when they actually report that the movie is done, you know, it's actually done, everything wrapped up and everything. And then again, they might still do some changes, and you know, you never know. They might want to do some reshoots and stuff like that. So I really can't really say that she really going to be Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been following that story, but like I say, these are all articles we're reading. Wouldn't mind Shuri putting on the armor. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind her putting on the armor. That would be awesome. And like in one of the comic books I got, she actually have a Black Panther, a Queen Black Panther suit. You know, it's like an armor type suit. You know, so that'd be awesome. Just to think. Now, did this ever cross your mind? I know it crossed mine. Shuri made Bucky new arm, right? Look what she did with Black T'Challa. Look how she did that Black Panther suit. I'm guessing is there something special with his arm that he don't know about yet. And that will be, or just keep War Machine as the War Machine armor war dude. Yeah, I hope they continue to have Don Cheadle. I think his name Cheadle. I hope they still could continue to have him as War Machine. Hope they actually bring him back, because I really don't know how they would continue to bring him back the way they tied War Machine and Iron Man together. You know, I mean, far as I know, he has something like dealing with everybody else, but he always pretty much follows Iron Man. You know, the reason why I think they can do Falcon, because Falcon became the new Captain America, and he was close with Bucky. Him and Bucky was fighting together in Civil War. Now, War Machine was always with Iron Man. And far as I know, Iron Man did not pass the mantle down to War Machine. So what is the use for War Machine now, since Iron Man is not going to be, supposedly is not going to be back into the movies? Now, unless when they come out, what my man Metaphor was saying, they come out with Ironheart, truly come out with Ironheart, and she becoming a new Iron Man, and War Machine go train her how to use the suits and stuff like that, since Tony is not there to actually do it. Now, I can see that happening. That'll be actually pretty good. Then we can actually keep War Machine in there, you know. But I really don't know. And then you guys, like, I think I don't know what these different timelines. I'm really interested in how they're going to do with these different timelines, because these timelines are so all chaotic. They're all over the place. And then they're going to be then they're going to be doing even more timelines when Doctor Strange come out, Multitude of Madness. So they're going to be a whole bunch of time realities that he'll be probably have to go through to fight these different beings. And then they're going to bring on him a crew, which I hope that they actually bring in Dr. Voodoo. Now, you remember in Doctor Strange when before Doctor Strange became the master of the New York sanctum, it was a black guy, a bald-headed black guy was the master of that sanctum. And the guy, I forgot, the evil wizard dude killed the black guy, right? That guy is actually Dr. Voodoo brother. Okay. And one of the abilities that Dr. Voodoo have is his brother's spirit is within him. So he can actually have his brother's spirit go out and help him out. You know, so I'm guessing that they're going to be bringing in Dr. Voodoo to actually help Doctor Strange out. Now, one of my comic books I have, I showed it before, that Doctor Strange made like a round table of wizards, pretty much, that help him fight and stuff like that. One of them was Dr. Voodoo, another one was Shaman, and another one was the Scarlet Witch. And I think the other one was Dr. Zhu, something like that. And I forgot the last one. Oh man, I wish I could. So the Sumerian. I think that's how his name is, Sumerian. Now that was 5 guys that he had around the table, and then there was some other guy that was saying that he was some kind of prince of magic. He basically he pissed off at Doctor Strange because he don't feel like Doctor Strange live up to being the Sorcerer Supreme, you know, and he's saying that all he want is him to be the Sorcerer Supreme. So I'm guessing he's not living up to his reputation by him saying that, but he's not. So I mean, I ain't saying Doctor Strange now, but I'm like, dude, you can't have. I mean, I don't know what they're going on that match. Where I'm still reading that series anyway. That series is a pretty good series, but so and Wiccan, like I said before, Wiccan, he was well, that's Wiccan right here. He's a Sorcerer Supreme in the future. So what I know is stuff like kind of like date back. So they're saying WandaVision probably go back in like the 1950s or 1940s and stuff like that. But she's gonna go and with that, it looking like they still gonna be using these time zones, these time jumpings, because she gonna be in the picture in the 1935 or 1940s or something around that era. That's a different time zone. And then you got to go to Agnetha, right? The powerful witch of Marvel. She gonna go back in her time way in the Salem days, because if you look at those pictures they released, it looked like she was back in those Salem witch trials days back in the day. According to Agnetha, I did a video on it. Agnetha history, she was one of the original witches of Salem, but when the Salem got attacked, when it was taking out all those witches in Salem trial, she was managed to escape. And when she was managed to escape, she had some then she actually became the nanny and protector of Richard. Oh man, I forgot the Fantastic Four people name. Franklin Richard. Yeah, I was saying it wrong. That's why. Franklin Richards. She was the nanny to Mr. Fantastic Invisible Woman child, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? When she's a powerful guy, but she was his nanny. But at that time, they didn't know she was. They thought she was just a normal being and stuff like that, right? And so yeah, so after that, when I think Annihilus, when he was coming and try to actually take over everything, she actually teamed up with Fantastic Four to actually defeat Annihilus, right? And that's when she actually revealed that she was actually a witch. Now she have a son. Her son is named Nicholas Scratch. Okay. He actually convinced the Covenant that Agnetha, she betrayed everybody because she was actually helping the Fantastic Four. She was giving them these secrets and things like that. And so forth, they pretty much kind of like got rid of Agnetha. I think they were trying to actually take her out, but she had Fantastic Four people backing her. So, and then in the end, they helped her and they was able to actually bring the light to her Covenant and actually let them know that it was Nicholas Scratch. He's the one that is, betraying the Covenant, giving the secrets and all that. They bring the darkness to the light, and then they got rid of him. but I don't think they took him out. He's somewhere still walking around, and they brought Agnes back to the leader of the Covenant. Okay, so with that said, is they going to really introduce Fantastic Four into WandaVision? I'm not really sure because this is the MCU we're talking about, but it'll be awesome. Reason why I'm not really now, they could, since they're going back in time doing these different things, they can actually probably introduce the Fantastic Four in that time zone. And then after that time zone, they make another Fantastic Four movie. But if they bring Fantastic Four in this one, in WandaVision, they won't be able to make an origin movie because it's not really going to make sense because they already have their powers. But then again, this is a totally different phase. So this is totally different way they can flow with things. So I'm guessing they might actually do like, you know how like an Arrow doing the DC television show, how he actually, you see his origin, but you see him doing flashback, how to actually get there. So I'm guessing they probably do almost kind of like the same format, do an origin story, even if they do show them up in WandaVision, they probably still do an origin story, but they actually do like a backstory, like back look, see how they actually got to their powers. Or they might just say they don't care. They might just do the whole origin story just the way it is, and they just say later how they was able to integrate this movie into the WandaVision. Something gonna happen, I can guarantee you. Because one thing I know about Marvel, one thing I love about Marvel, when you actually catch them in something that doesn't make any sense, they always have something to say why they did it that way. And you sit over there looking like, oh, okay. But under your breath, you're like, oh, that still don't make no sense. But okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So you know, but I just love the way everything is. I just love the way they're flowing. Like I say, I know, you know, go check out that Aladdin movie. I know if y'all got kids, I think Metaphor got kids, but have you when actually took your kid to see Aladdin? That was actually a pretty good movie. I ain't gonna front, man. Hey, I got Disney Plus. Why not watch Disney movies, right? Besides just Marvel movies, you know. I'm watching Star Wars, you know. But I think that was actually a pretty good thing. Will Smith, I knew Will Smith can rap. I probably like one of very few that love listening. When I actually do listen to rap, I like listening to Will Smith. Back in the day, let's get jiggy with it. Just the two of us, 1,000 kisses. Yeah, y'all could see I was like Big Willie style, okay. But yeah, well, he didn't do too many rapping in there. That was really pretty cool. He's kind of like pretty much almost like he sang. And then I ain't no Will Smith. He got a decent voice. I ain't know Will Smith have a voice like that. You know what I'm saying? I always saw him as like, a rapper and stuff like that. But it was actually pretty good. They did now one of the things they changed in Aladdin that I was like, oh, I didn't know they changed that, because in the cartoon Aladdin, in the movies Aladdin, when Aladdin set Genie free, he was a free genie, but he was still a genie. You know what I'm saying? He still had the powers and all that. He was still a genie. Now in the movie here, when Aladdin pretty much uses that last wish to actually release the genie, he became human. He didn't have no magic or none of that. He actually became human. So I'm like, So they changed that part of the story. That was kind of like most exciting part of the story. So how Aladdin supposed to do all these adventures if they come out with Aladdin 2 and all that stuff like that, if the genie is not a genie anymore? So I'm guessing they probably just want to make one movie out of that, because other than that, you can't make multiple movies unless you make a second Aladdin movie and somehow the genie became a genie again, and then you continue with that. And then if he became a genie again, that means that Aladdin have to get the lamp again and have to do those wishes again, and then has to release him again. And then what's going to happen? He's going to become a human again. I don't know what's up with that, just like, okay. But that was pretty dope. You ever seen this TV show called Wu Assassin? It's on Netflix. I started watching that show. That show is actually a pretty good show. It's basically this guy. He's a martial artist, right? But he's a chef. I think he's like a cook in a restaurant, right? But he had these different ancient warrior spirits in him. Okay. Mark Dacascos. You ever seen Mark? Everybody know who Mark Dacascos is. He was one of the spirits in the guy's body. you know. And I love the way they do it because sometimes when that spirit's actually using his body to fight, you would actually see the spirit fighting. Like when Mark he actually took over his body to actually fight, we saw Mark. But when the guy he was helping saw him, he didn't see Mark. He saw the actual guy. And the guy asked him, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm the chef." You know what I'm saying? I guess because he's a chef. But one thing is funny to me about that series is, I mean, the series is dope. It just this right here is, as far as the episodes I have seen, is pretty dope. It's like when he actually is this girl, she dressed like probably like in the dynasty days, for us like the dynasty day type warriors, like the heroes used to roam the earth and helping people out and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I watch martial dramas too. I love like the historic drama, Chinese drama and stuff like that. Chinese, Japanese, Koreans and stuff like that. That's some good stories. They martial arts dramas, like these dramas like that. It's like the soap operas over here. You know how we got Young and the Restless and all that stuff like that soap opera, and they history dramas over there. That is their soap operas, but they actually talking about real drama that actually kind of like almost similar happened back in those days. You know what I'm saying? Same with our soap operas. They actually talking about, rich people and their life beings and stuff like that, So, pretty good shows. But she came down there, she basically training him, taking him through these different trials to actually be able to become a better warrior, to understand how to fight this evil force that is coming and everything. But what kills me about the whole situation is that this girl, she is so unaware of danger. The reason why I'm saying that, because say like I'm the guy, right? I'm walking, right? And I'm about to walk across the street, right? And I see this car coming way from the distance, but if you can walk fast, you can get past, right? Safely. You start walking, all of a sudden she just take you to this training place, and you standing right here physically in a daze, going through this whole training, and time is continuing to move. It's not like the time stopped. The time is continuing to move. So you like this. So that car is coming. That car will knock you out, especially if that person's not even paying attention to what they're doing, because you're just standing right there. Because how when you be driving and you like see somebody acting like that, you be like, you still driving, but you kind of like slow to hitting your brakes. Like, is this person gonna move? Or is this person gonna, and then they don't move? Like, get out of the way. Get out the way. I got something to go. I got stuff to do today. You know what I'm saying? But and then when he come back, he's still in the same state like this, and time is still moving. People still walking. I'm like, girl, if you're trying to train this man to actually be a hero and fight this like this big evil force is coming, you might want to actually take him into that plane of training when he has actually at home, possibly in bed, or possibly on the couch watching TV, something not dangerous. Definitely, because what's going to happen one day. Like I said, I haven't watched the whole show, but I'm just like being funny now. One day probably going to happen. One day going to happen is that she going to do that, right? And this man going to be eating, and this man going to like pass away because he getting choked on a piece of steak he eating, because this chick is so unaware that she shouldn't just be pulling that man out of places in this little plane that's training existence, and this man is walking, or this man around people. I know she got to have the abilities to know that, but she's not doing that. I'm guessing she figured, hey, I'm training you. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Well, if he get knocked off the earth, how in the world he gonna be able to actually do anything? But it's actually a good show. The martial arts is actually great in there. So if you like martial arts series, like kind of like the fantasy martial arts type series, go watch that. The guy that plays in the movie, he actually was in this big famous movie called The Raid 1 and Raid 2. That was actually got him his start before. That's when I first knew about him, and a lot of people was talking about that movie. It was on Netflix, and that's how he got his start. So he's pretty much an ill martial artist. I think he's from the same area as Tony Jaa, but Tony Jaa is the man and stuff like that. But what would it be awesome if they bring Michael Jai White and Tony Stark to the MCU? Hey, let's bring them to DC. You know what I'm saying? That just don't bring him to Marvel, just bring him to DC, because I think I mean, I know Spawn, I know Michael Jai White plays Spawn and Image, and they're supposed to be doing a reboot on that. I don't know what's going to actually happen with that. I hope they cast him back, because he can play Spawn, and he's also going to play in a Marvel movie. Now, what character that he might play in the Marvel movie, that in the Marvel TV show, that everybody be wanting him to play? What character can he actually play to be there? That's a good question. Now, if they don't, I think he'll play a great Captain Blue Marvel. You know what I'm saying? He can't play Blade because apparently they don't want to ever catch this man as Blade. You know what I'm saying? He actually went. Okay, there's a quick little history with the Blade TV series. What? Who? Blade TV series? Precisely. He actually did one. It was just terrible. Terrible. This how terrible it was. They made it into a TV series, and then later they say it was like a motion movie. It's like a TV movie. That's how terrible it was. And if you never ever heard of Blade the TV series, that lets you also know that how terrible it was, because the Blade TV series came out around the same era, same time zone when the Blade movies came out, for my understanding. It just sucked that bad. They cast this rapper from the Onyx called Sticky Fingers. Okay, first of all, this dude acting ability ain't that great. Second of all, he don't know no martial arts. And third of all, why? You know, anytime you have Michael Jai White actually audition with the audition for the Blade TV series, just like Sticky Finger, and then you got the director saying that the reason why he chose Sticky Fingers because he did better code reading than Michael Jai White. And that's the reason why the TV show flopped, because that director don't know what he's talking about. I mean, okay, think about this, people. You have an actor, okay? You have an actor, okay? A martial artist actor, okay? You have a rapper that's trying to be an actor, okay? And you casting a role that have martial arts, that you basing the TV series off a movie from Wesley Snipes played the Blade, that the Blade had great martial arts, great acting, you know, you feel that was Blade, right? And you have this same guy like Michael Jai White is good friends with Wesley Snipes, okay? Good friends with Wesley. Hey, what's up, Immortal? What's up, man? Hey, I was checking you out like live stream. I was sorry that you couldn't able to get comics that day, but you know, I love the way you do your live stream in the morning, taking us around to actually see these comics you're gonna buy. That's good. That's good stuff right there, man. I appreciate that, man. Oh, well, like I said, we'll get them next time though. You know, so so you have Wesley. Okay, you have Michael Jai White as a good friend. He actually literally said in one interview, "Thanks, man. Yeah, missed out. Hey, but we'll get him next time, Immortal. We'll get him next time, man." And so it basically comes down to like, okay, so in an interview, Michael Jai White actually said, "Nah, my brother Wesley Snipes." So that right there indicated that they is actually good friends. You know what I'm saying? And all you had to do is actually go talk to Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White could talk to Wesley, and Wesley can actually train with Michael Jai White to actually become the next new Blade. You know what I'm saying? But no, they didn't do none of that. They cast Sticky Fingers. I mean, and then it made it in one of the episodes, it was kind of like a comedic type fighting thing because, okay, Wesley Snipes, where he played Blade, his mind is together. You know what I'm saying? It's not like our mind, like say like we can sit right here and chill. Oh, sorry about that, guys. We can sit right there and chill, right? And don't be thinking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But Blade is actually always thinking about taking out vampires, where to seek and where to get vampires, right? So therefore, his weaponry had to be on that game. He actually had to know if anything going to actually work or it isn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? Blade already know that. I mean, you can think about it when in Blade 2, when they was fighting against Nomad, which I thought Blade 2 is pretty much my favorite Blade movie of all time. And then you got 1, 3. No, I only like the 3 because Wesley Snipes played Blade. Okay, I really didn't care too much about Blade 3 because I think they actually destroyed the franchise on purpose, you know. But they do that. They did this. I mean, think about it. Like I said before, think about Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was good all the way up until the end of the season. Then everybody was saying the season sucked. How can you have a good long running season and all of a sudden it sucked? That means that it was like they meant to make it suck. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's possibility, but I think David S. Gore, he actually I think he actually meant to kill the franchise because he wouldn't listen to Blade, and Blade was one of the producer, and Blade was like, I mean, Wesley Snipes, he wouldn't listen to Wesley Snipes. I'm calling the man the day walking, like he, because that's how you know he owned Blade. He is Blade, but he always made sure his weapons correct. It's just like when what's his name, the guy Radanoff, I can't remember his actual name, but when he actually had that implant in his head when Blade put it on there, and Blade and the little familiar took his took the device out of his head, and he be like, it's a fake, it's a dud. And but that's what Snipe said, no, see, I was on to you when they turned you. And second of all, it's not a dud. See, Blade was all on that. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between reading and fighting. Yeah, it's a difference between reading and fighting. I'm sorry, comment. I don't know what you mean by that comment. I don't know what you mean by that comment, really. I'm sorry. But so Blade, he already knew about that tech. He already knew about that weaponry he used. That it's got they tamper with it. Now in the TV series, now the dude with Sticky Finger, when he was playing Blade, he threw one of the weapon, and the weapon supposed to explode, and the weapon didn't explode, and he kind of gave a look like this, like a funny look, like he trying to figure out, like, oops. Come on, man. That right there about fighting, about Blade. There is a difference between reading and fighting about Blade. Yeah, I know it's a difference between reading and fighting, but I'm sorry, my mind just slow. I guess I just don't understand what your question is. I mean, I don't understand what your comment is. Yes, a difference between reading and fighting, but how would that related to Blade? That's why I don't understand what's going on. I'm sorry. But so that's one of the reasons why the TV series fell, for my understanding, because it wasn't believable. You can't come off with Wesley Snipes and then try to cast someone that doesn't know martial arts, not very talented in acting. You know what I'm saying? He's good with rapping, but he's not good with acting or the fighting part. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of these movies coming out, the reason why a lot of these movies oh, I got you. I'm sorry. Took me that long. Yeah, but yeah, it's a difference between reading and fighting, the cold read and that. But you got to think about it. You're going to actually, that's why the TV show flop. I mean, because think about it. You got to actually look at it. You got Sticky Fingers and you got Michael Jai White. Okay, maybe he did terrible in the cold reading. Okay, that's just something small, But what's going to happen on the big screen? I mean, because even if he did cold reading did a bad cold reading, he would get a script, just like Sticky Finger did, and he got to constantly rehearse that script. And Sticky Finger probably could have just went in there. See, when the actor go for audition, when they read that acting thing, they say a cold read. A cold read is terrible sometimes because it actually put like a field over your true acting ability because you're too busy actually worrying about how they did the cold read. You know what I'm saying? This is a cold read. You got actors in here. Look at the facts here. You got Michael Jai White. He is known to be an actor. He is known to be an fighter. He has so many movies up on his belts already. Okay. Now, what do Sticky Fingers have besides rapping? He rap every day. He probably rap every day. Before him, like cold reading, that probably was nothing to him. See, Michael Jai White, he probably do cold reading. He probably not that great at cold reading. He probably do cold readings, but I do know when an actor is actually been auditioned or been like sent for an audition, the agent usually get that script and send it to them, and they study the script, and then they go there and do the acting. Because when you actually acting that out, you got to actually be acting like you actually in that movie. You know, you acting that part. Cold reading, you reading it, but you still got to kind of try to act. So it's a possibility that Michael Jai White was trying to actually act out the character and do the cold read at the same time, you know, and they probably didn't like what was going on. Now, Sticky Fingers, I'm not saying this is all speculation here. Sticky Fingers could actually pretty much walked in there and just read it out and just be his own gangster self. You know what I'm saying? Like read that baby out. And that's probably why, because I've seen it happen before. I don't seen like this person right here is a truly great actor and an actress, but they went inside and actually did a terrible cold read. You know what I'm saying? And they get skipped over. And then I see this other guy and this other actor and other actors come in just straight suck. But they read the script without messing it up. But it was like no acting performance. It was nothing. They basically just picked up a piece of paper, they cold read, and just read it. It's like, so I went through the door, stop, don't do this. So yeah, I'm coming around here and do this. And yeah, that's pretty much what they did. Now, that's what they was doing. Now, the other person that did a terrible cold read, which I wouldn't think it was terrible because they was trying to actually act it out. So they was like, so Namor came down and saw this happening. You know, they try to actually put their acting in there and try to do the read at the same time because I'm saying it's a cold read, so they don't know what's going on. And a lot of actors lose their position because they don't like the cold read. That's why they don't really use that much of a cold read in auditions, because you can lose a lot. And one thing I really dislike when I used to go there and do stuff like that the casting director, they always try to direct you on how they want you to act. And that mess up a whole lot of actors, and they mess up a whole lot of things. I mean, I don't seen that too hand personally, that a person went in there and they did the agent called them, they got the script, so they was able to rehearse the script. Okay. And they supposed to tell you within that script, they supposed to tell you how they want the character to act, what this actor is going through, what's the emotion they're going through. So therefore, when that actor is actually rehearsing for the audition, they'll be already know how the character should flow, simply because they got part of the actual script, what they auditioning for. And then when you get in there and you actually auditioning for the role, you have the casting director telling you how they want you to act. They shouldn't be doing that. They the casting director. That means like they just overcasting. You basically, what is supposed to happen, if you go in there, they put a video there, they shoot the video, they tell you what you here for. Your name is Boom Boom. Who is the character you playing? You have to say all that on screen. And basically they tell you, and then you act, and then you got the casting director say, no, I don't want you to act that way. I want you to act this way. And that kills a lot of great performance that we could have had on these big screens. It's simply because the casting director trying to be a director. That actually happens. And I even saw that straight from my own eyes, that's what actually be going down. So yeah, so that's why I understand, like, you got to actually look beyond that, as far as like the casting director, look beyond that, actually look at what this man got up on his belt. What would the fans love to see more? You know what I'm saying? Because some of these big actors, like some of these big movies and stuff like that, we said, man, you know what? Tom Cruise or Jason Statham or somebody could have actually played that part. They could have literally actually got auditioned for it, but it didn't pan out because one, the casting director tried to actually direct them. Now, they probably won't do that to them now. They probably, now, for us like Jason Statham, Tom Cruise, The Rock, and all them, they get scripts sent to them constantly. Scripts sent to them. Now, for us, when before that happened, they had to go through the same process just like everybody else. And in a way, they still have to go through the same process. I mean, because you can always look at footage of Robert Downey Jr. had to go do an audition acting that part out. So, they still get them. I guess they get them when they're actually going against these big actors, like I think like the Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness. They supposed to be casting two African Americans, for my understanding, an actor and an actress between 30 and 40 years old of age, and they supposed to be playing the villains. Okay, now they might they might cast some huge big actors and actresses for those roles, but they actually had for all of them for they actually get their role, they had to go do auditions for their roles. You know, just like the now Robert Downey Jr., he's too big right now. He don't need. I can guarantee you that Dr. Little he coming out with, he didn't have to audition for that movie. That most likely they sent him the script. That's when you on that high grade level stuff like Will Smith, Robert Downey Jr., they send them scripts. They don't audition no more. It's people actually specifically write scripts for them. You know, now if they've been out of the game for a long time, a really long time, then they probably have to actually go to audition to actually build back up their repertoire and all that stuff to get back into the game. Because a lot of actors does do that. They actually that's why you be so surprised sometimes when you see like you used to know that's supposed to be a big icon actor, but he's doing like a small commercial. They do that. They actually keep they do that to keep their flow going. They're trying to build back up their flow. You know, that's why Martin Lawrence, that's why he started doing back comedy tours now, simply because he's trying to build back up that flow he had back in the day when he was at his prime. Same thing with Eddie Murphy. He's coming back now. You know, I mean, I can't wait till he come out with the Coming to America Part 2. I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna call it, but he's coming back out now. But he had to go, and he's saying that he want to do more stand-up now, but he got to go through these little small clubs like the Laughing Factor and all that stuff that a lot of those big known comedians that had to go through and get the stepping stone. They actually literally go back to those small clubs and actually do their comedy material to actually knock off the rust and actually be able to get back on the big platform again. Because let's face it, Eddie Murphy, I still haven't seen, I mean, for us like in his generation, I haven't seen anybody that was still able to top him yet. For that Delirious and Raw, those are the best two comic stand-up in history, you know. And then, you know, right now, Kevin Hart, he's on top of the game. Greeting. Hey, what's up, Sci-Fi Nation? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining. So he had to go back and step. So, and then a lot of actors and actresses, that's why you don't see them, like, say, like, you don't see them on a big screen and stuff for like a while. And then all of a sudden, they come back on the big screen, but it seemed like they never lost their flow of everything because a lot of them go back to Broadway. You know, a lot of them go back to Broadway and actually start doing Broadway live shows. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Robert De Niro did it. Hugh Jackman. A lot of those. Actually, Hugh Jackman actually came from Broadway. Yeah, Logan was actually a famous Broadway actor before he stepped into like the big franchise movies. I think it was actually X-Men, Wolverine, when he actually first made his big break in the movie industry because he was just a stage performer. He was in Broadway. One of his performance was I think you ever heard of the musical Alabama? I think that's what his first, you know, Broadway production company, you know, not his production company, but Broadway play that, you know, he first break out into the business. And I'm guessing, you know, a lot of big actors and big movie producers and all that go to those Broadway shows. And I'm guessing that's how they found Hugh Jackman. And Hugh Jack. So I would have been here earlier, but I was live. Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm just it's good, Sci-Fi Nation. I'm just happy. Appreciate you actually letting me know. I'm just happy that you're not late. You're right on time. That you was actually able to come. You know, I'm sorry that I missed your live though. You know, but thank you for actually joining by, man. I'm just glad that you showed up and showed support and love, man. Appreciate that, Sci-Fi Nation. If you haven't, I think everybody pretty much in here already know about Sci-Fi Nation. But for those who don't know anything about Sci-Fi Nation, go check out his channel. He's a great guy. Subscribe, sub, all that good things, along with all these other guys up in here too, like Tom Comic Books and Reviews, I'm True Skill, the Immortal Biggie Shack, yeah, Metaphor. Go check all of them guys' channel out. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you hit that notification button because they post pretty much every single day. Good material. No problem, man. Thank you. So yeah, go subscribe to their channels. A group of great guys, great indeed. So yeah, that's where a lot of actors go and actually keep up their acting ability. Go to like Broadway shows, or they just go do a little bunch of commercials. I mean, look at Samuel Jackson. He was doing a whole bunch of commercials, while he was on like pretty much waiting to go do another Nick Fury. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as my understanding, the way the flow everything went. So, like I say, man, it's a lot of things going in Hollywood, and a lot of things that happens in there that a lot of people don't think could actually happen in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. I mean, they do pretty much in Hollywood, they do typecast you. They typecast you, and that's all you go out for. That's all the people send for. That's why I know Brad Pitt is biting himself in the buttock right now, because he was he pretty much was the first original person that they sent the script. I think the script, or they actually got in contact with him, want him to actually play Captain America, which I'm pretty much, I'm a fan of Brad Pitt. Well, I'm glad that we got Chris Evans to play Captain America. They didn't let us down. He didn't let us down. He continued to show us, great honor by playing Captain America the way he played Captain America. Now, because the reason why Brad Pitt say that he don't want to do Captain America, typecasting got played out by the 80s, yet they still do it. Yeah, you're right, Sci-Fi Nation. It did got played out in the 80s, but they still do it. It's crazy. That's the reason why Brad Pitt didn't want to play Captain America, because he don't want to be typecast, and he don't want to be hold in like at that time with a 3-motion picture deal. He didn't want to actually be holding within that. But now it's funny because I think he's biting himself in his butt, because I think he actually want to become want to be an MCU, a character in the MCU. And I know he's really upset because Angelina Jolie, she's actually a part of the MCU now. So that's like, bam, I guess you should have took that. I mean, because the only thing I pretty much seen what Brad Pitt been doing lately is basically movies and Netflix. I mean, which the movies are great what he playing, but he's not like Brad Pitt used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, you heard about this new Brad Pitt movie coming out? Yeah, you're right. It's just like what's that? 1 second. I gotta see who that is. I don't know who that person is. I mean, because I haven't seen the new Laura Croft movie at all. Okay. Laura. So, give me 1 second, guys. I want to look this up right quick. Yeah, so I guess that supposed to be Angelina Jolie. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, who is that? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Sci-Fi Nation. Angelina Jolie, she played a great Laura Croft. I haven't seen the original, I haven't seen the new movie now, because you do have a point, because if you look at the old Laura Croft games, Angelina Jolie do look just like Laura Croft in the video game. I mean, when that movie first came out, everyone was very excited about seeing the movie, and we saw the movie, and the movie was actually pretty good. I liked the movie. That's why I was so excited that they did a new movie. But I don't know if she even had a cameo in there. It'd been great he had a cameo in there, but he didn't. I don't know yet. Before as I heard that she didn't have a cameo, but I really want to see the newest movie. So, Sci-Fi Nation, have you seen the new Laura Croft movie that recently came out years ago? Was it actually good? Because I don't know if it actually was good or not. But yeah, it's a lot of things going into like the Hollywood business that you really don't know. I mean, I really don't know a whole bunch of it, but I know what I knew. PS1 Lord Croft was amazing. Then Torah came out. Then the Lord Croft. Ah, dude, you on point with that. Torah. I used to love Torah, and those. You're right. That's the way they actually came out, and they was actually on point. I saw a couple older Lord movies. Oh, okay, but that was on point. You ever play the game Torah? It's basically like it's like you're a Native American and you fighting against like dinosaurs and stuff like that. You got like different bows and arrows. You got guns. It's pretty tight game back in those days. I heard they had came out with a newer version of it, but that was like years ago. I haven't played it, but yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope right there, man. Oh man, you bringing back memories, dude. You bringing back so much memories, man. Have y'all ever played? I mean, okay, I was small back in the day, you know. Remember that movie? It was a Disney movie came out called The Atlantis. Right, they actually made a video game. I think it was on PlayStation 1, dude. That was actually a pretty cool game. I was smaller, but you know, I remade a Torah. I haven't played it yet though. Yeah, I haven't played that new Turok yet. I want to play it though. It looked pretty good. It's almost still like the same what first face, if I'm saying that right, person. You know, so I think it's pretty much almost like pretty much the same way that the old Turok was, but I think you know it got better graphic. Most likely probably have a better storyline. You know, I can't really even remember the storyline of Turok back in the day. All I remember, I used to have those bows and arrows. I used to be hyped and go. You know, that's what I used to do, you know. So hey, that was pretty dope. Uh, but yeah, I used to play that. I played that game. I'm trying to think of some old PS1 games back in the day was actually pretty off the chain. Castlevania. Castlevania was actually pretty good too. Oh, okay. I wasn't really a PC gamer. I'm mostly like a system gamer. I like PlayStation, of course, all the PlayStations, the Xbox 360, Xbox One, you know, the Atari, Super Nintendo, Nintendo, those type. I was mostly into those type of system. I never really played PC games. I was trying. I was serious thinking about actually getting into the PC game, learn how to play games on PC, but I haven't really sat down and actually concentrate on doing that. You know, because I have like The Witcher and stuff like that on the PC, but I also had The Witcher on like at least Witcher One. I had it on PlayStation on the system. Now getting back into the PC for YouTube editing and gaming. I have a Xbox One, but getting back into the PC. Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm like a reason why not same here because you already been in the PC games, but I'm just trying to reason why I'm trying to get in there because I do a lot of editing and I play games, but I just don't play them on like PC that much. The game I pretty much play on PC is FFBE. When you download Nox, if y'all don't have Nox, it's like an app. Y'all probably know what Nox is. It's basically like an app, like a phone app. So like you can put it on your computer, and basically you can actually download all the phone games on your computer. And with that Nox, you can actually pretty much play any mobile game. So you can play the Marvel Strike Force and all that stuff on that Nox. If you don't have like a gaming laptop or anything you want to hang out, we can my friend and game sometimes. Oh, okay, cool, man. That's a bet right there. I love to have hang out with you and play games and stuff like that, and having a great time talk. Just have fun and stuff like that. I appreciate you sending that invitation out there, and I accept that invitation. Thanks a lot, Sci-Fi Nation. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, so Nox is actually pretty good. What I played is like FFBE. Everybody that's basically Final Fantasy, but it's a mobile game. Oh, okay, cool. But Yeah, I pretty much play FFBs, plays a Final Fantasy game. I can't wait to Final Fantasy 7 remake. Remake about to be coming out in a few months, y'all. I don't know if y'all into Final Fantasy like that, but I'm a very huge Final Fantasy fan. I mean, like I showed this before, this is a Final Fantasy action figure, pretty dope, right? you know, so also you have Final Fantasy on Steam. Which version? Which one you have? You have the old. Oh, you have 7. I played on. Okay, yeah, that right there. When Final Fantasy 7, the very first one came out, that took America by storm. You know what I'm saying? The original, yeah, that took America by storm. That I always played Final Fantasy back in the day, but I didn't play that much of it. But when Final Fantasy 7 came out, I was addicted. I mean, when they came out with their commercials, because back in the day, I never really actually seen commercial of any like Final Fantasy games, you know. But when I actually saw that commercial of Final Fantasy 7, I was hooked. I went running my mom. I said, "You God, please get me that game." You know? Yeah. I'm gonna get the remake too. I'm also curious what they did with the Final Fantasy 7, but I'm also just want to play it. I want to see if they actually changed the story of Final Fantasy 7, or they pretty much kept a similar story to it, but they changed. And one of the things I want to see how the armor slash going to be. I want to see how the summon's going to look. I want to see how if they're going to actually have this author in the round table, because when the author in the round table, especially in the original, I am on screen as Sci-Fi Nation. Okay, that's what. Okay, cool. I'll look you up. So when so I love the summons on there. I love when they actually did those homage slash. I'm just curious how they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious. And okay, Tom's comic books. All right, man. Thanks a lot, man. Have a nice night, man. Thank you for coming out, man. Really appreciate you coming out. And I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. So hopefully I see you there. Have a nice night, man. So I'm thinking I want to see how the summons are. I want to see how the story going to be. I want to see how realistic they can be able to get it. I mean, it's a game, but let's see how realistic going to be. I'm really curious how the voice is going to be. Is they going to have like legitimate voice actors? Because you can get voice actors that is really terrible. Like for one thing that comes to mind with terrible voice acting, Dragon Ball Z. Now, back in the day when Cartoon Network, we used to call it Cartoon Network. I don't know if it's still called Cartoon Network. Oh, Odin Esper is a really, yeah. Odin and Final Fantasy is serious, dude. It's very serious. You can't just play, especially when you get ready to do that slice. I can't remember the name, Zanzikia or something like that. Dude, you don't mess with Odin in Final Fantasy. Like a Final Fantasy Online, we actually literally have to actually get a group of high elite people to actually go fight Odin. And then when he about to do that one special move, everybody runs. They try to actually run from that because that one slice would take anybody out. I got you. Cool. So it's like it's like we used to get a whole bunch of, like in Final Fantasy Online, you have groups you can team up with. Like you on Final Fantasy Online, sci-fi. I can actually invite you to my party. Anybody in the chat, I can just invite you to my party. We go there, of course, you know what I'm saying, sci-fi, and we go there and we attack Odin. But one thing, all these big people, like you got people that have max out level. High level. Yeah. So you actually have people that actually team up together. You actually have people that max out their levels, max out their equipment, max out their items, like for us, like they go through the battles and everything. And we still go there on PS1. Yeah. On PS1, yeah, Odin's still ill on PS1. For as I know, these are some of the character like summons. If I'm understanding right, these are some of this like Odin summon is very dangerous in the Final Fantasy. Bahamut summon is very dangerous. Pretty much any summon you pretty much go through is pretty much dangerous. But everybody pretty much fear. These are the two most summons that my understanding that everybody pretty much fears. It's Odin and Bahamut. The reason why, because when we actually on Final Fantasy, when we're trying to attack Odin, everybody try to take out Odin before he do that last slash. Like I was saying, that slash he does, it take everybody out. It's like a one-hitter quitter, you know. And then nobody can't take him out. Everybody runs because they know they can't take that. You know, I mean, you put up your shields, all these boosts and all that. He knocked all that out with one slice. That's how ill Odin is. And then Bahamut with his big fire blast, it's pretty much almost like the same thing, you know. But don't need Xbox 4, Xbox 3, Xbox 4. I think they're supposed to be coming out with an Xbox 5. My question to you though, did you ever beat Odin in? Me personally, I never beat him. I was not able to beat him at all. And that's sad because I'm a heavy Final Fantasy person. Me personally, I never was able to beat him. I was able to beat him with other people, you know, and they the one did the most of the damage and they took most of the hits and stuff like that because, you know, they was on that point. I did in the storyline. Oh, you did in the storyline? Oh, that's awesome, dude. That is really awesome. But I was never able to actually beat him out. I guess I love those strategy games. I love the RPG games, but I guess I'm not that like really that strategize how to put stuff together actually to defeat him properly. I guess. You know, but I was actually being pretty good in Final Fantasy game on mobile. I was being pretty good, and I was a huge fan of Final Fantasy 9. I was playing that. A lot of Tindra and Phoenix down. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I didn't have that many of them. Always, because that's what I'm saying. I'm not really a scrap. I was just going around. So when my health got really low, I would just go ahead and use my Phoenix down, or you know, if a person get killed, use my Phoenix down, or you know, stuff that to keep healing. So by the time I actually got the Odin, I didn't have none of that, and I was by myself. So I was actually getting my butt whooped pretty much, even with the the team you have just by playing the PlayStation 1 game. The team you have, I still didn't do that right by them. So that's the reason why I kept dying. And eventually I moved on to something else. And not like I said, I come back to that, but you know what I'm saying? But I never beat Odin Say myself, but I have beaten with people or someone, even in my game Final Fantasy 7, somebody beat it for me. But to your screen, but thank you for talking. Oh, no problem, man. That's what you welcome, man. Thanks, man. That's what we're here for. Any questions you want to ask, I stop what I'm saying and go talk to you because that's what we're here for. We're all here to communicate with each other and have great time and talk with one another back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So hey, thanks for actually saying that though, man. Appreciate it though. And so that's why I think about Final Fantasy. I love playing that game. I love playing like some of the Marvel Strike on Nox, Marvel Strike, the champions tournaments. That's also another game, a mobile game, a Marvel mobile game. You have like the Collector and the Grandmaster actually taking these different superheroes and actually put them in a tournament. You got to go to these different steps to fight these different tournaments. The Grandmaster have his team. And Collector have his team. I think you actually on the Collector side, so you're fighting against the Grandmaster. So that was actually a pretty good game. But other than that, man, and I love the way. What do you think of Marvel versus DC? What I think about Marvel versus DC MMO? I don't really know. I really don't know. I love DC, but I really don't know. Because I'm torn because I'm a big fan of DC and I'm a big fan of Marvel. But I know I've been talking more about like a lot of stuff with Marvel now because Marvel is overshining DC a lot. You know what I'm saying? Only, so I wish DC would step up the game. But I am a big, huge fan of DC. I love DC. Actually, I was a fan of DC before I was actually a fan of Marvel. You know what I'm saying? But Marvel vs. Capcom, old video game was hot back then. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, I got a video game. That's actually pretty dope, dude. That is actually a pretty dope game. I remember when it first came out, everybody was excited. They just send new magic. Not send new spinning bird kicking. All that great stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you want to know what it was? This one? Yeah, Street Fighter. Since we're talking about Capcom. Wonder Woman 2. Look, verified though. What up, Victor? What's up, man? Glad to see you here, man. Yeah, that Wonder Woman 2 looks on fire. You right, it does look on fire. Now, if we talk, I'll get to Wonder Woman in a second. But one thing about since we're talking about Capcom, Street Fighter, the very original Street Fighter. You know how they do all those like spinning bird kicks and all that stuff like that, all this stuff they do well, like they known for now. But was Capcom? They was in the game. Okay, and basically all that stuff right there was accidentally. That's like how they did all like boom 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 all that stuff. Something with the special effects, something the way they did everything wasn't planned. It actually just pretty much fell into place. And because think about when Street Fighter came out, that took the games to a whole nother level with fighting games. And they were saying that all the special stuff they doing that they known for now, that was an accident. They didn't really plan for all that stuff to happen. That's a little quick history about that game. You know what I'm saying? But I know one of the games also changed the game was Tekken. Tekken also pretty much changed the game big time. Yeah. Now, Wonder Woman look like it's gonna be off the chain. The first one was actually pretty good. I love the first one. The first one was good. That is the movie that brought DC here. DC was here for a while, but now they here. Okay. And then they got Aquaman, boom, boom, and now they're coming out. Hopefully, Suicide Squad will come out. Now, in the movie, Wonder Woman love interest came back. Okay. So, and now they're trying to figure out, now everybody's wondering, how in the world did he was able to come back? 1980, Wonder Woman yet, new movie. But I'm thinking two things probably going to happen with that. Well, I can't remember the second thing. A few things I'm thinking. Actually, her love interest is actually a clone, and someone is controlling him to get to Wonder Woman. I mean, because you gotta think about it. Somebody know Wonder Woman. Maybe somebody, another Greek god or something, trying to take her out because what she did to Ares. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she's gonna be fighting humans, but it's not gonna say who to say is that gonna be the big villain. Is gonna be a human villain, or you're gonna be something like a being of power, just like she fought in the first one. Now, it's a possibility that could do her boyfriend can actually be a clone, and they control him, or she thought he actually died and he really didn't die. He had some life left to him, and they grabbed him and they mind control him and everything, bring him back and everything like they did Bucky. I don't know. The Lasso through lightning bolts. That is all. Yeah, do lightning bolts, and they make you tell the truth, and it's really strong. So, yeah. So that's what I'm guessing how that's going to come about. And now I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how they're going to do that, because Bruce Wayne, he's not even. I'm trying to link it up to Justice League, but that's not going to even work. I'm guessing if they smart, they can actually. Is Aquaman going to come in there? I mean, because in the DC universe, especially when they did it with the Justice League, they are in the same universe. But everyone crying about how it does in the new movie. I don't know why people crying about how the Lasso, how they you catching lightning, giving her like lightning combat skills. Yeah, I don't know why people's complaining about stuff about about that right now. I mean, because you don't even know what consists of that. Why is they even putting that in the movie? So why in the world you complain and saying like, you know, you really don't? I'm guessing by the way sci-fi is talking, like they don't like it or something. I haven't seen anybody saying they don't like it or anything, but I'm like, why is you complaining about that? That should excite you. I mean, because Wonder Woman had powers that they ain't even told anybody yet in the first original Wonder Woman movie. So if they might be incorporating some more her magic abilities, power abilities into this next movie. So that's what I'm pretty much saying. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I got to go. My health is starting to take a toll on me. I'm starting feeling a lot more sicker. I wasn't really feeling better when I did this live stream, but I know 2 days and I got to get back to this live stream because I love talking to you guys. But my health is starting messing with me too bad, so I got to get up out of here. And I'm sorry that I'm loving what we're saying in the live screen. I love it, and I want to continue talking about it. But if I push too much, I won't be able to live screen tomorrow, and I want to live screen with you guys tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank everyone for coming out. Please subscribe, sub, and do all those good things to my channel and also to the people in the chat. So thank you, Victor, and thank you, Sci-Fi, and thank you, True Skills. Thank you, Comics. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody for showing up in here. And I see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for everything, y'all, for the support and respect and love. And remember, we are comics.